in my pocket back, or have your team taking off like a rocket ship. The odds against you don't stop the bet, because it's you against the sports book. The bucket list got your back. The bucket list, bucket list. The bucket list, bucket list. The bucket list, bucket list. The bucket list, bucket list.
The bucket list. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's your boy Vio, the face of the bucket list. When it's you against the sports book, you already know the bucket list got your back. You know what time it is, man. It's Halloween week. We diving into them sweets, and man, we trying to get in them cheeks of the Vegas sports books, man. Because we about to hit all these parlays and we about to parlay. But before I let y'all know where we going, man, I gotta tell y'all who we with. I'm with my boy Jay Rees, the gambler. What's up?
The bucket list, back in the building.
Bucket list, man. And the NBA season has started, and man, it couldn't have started any spookier. And just know where we're gonna go. Let's go ahead and look inside of some of this candy, man, and let's try to find some of the dangers of this 2022-2023 regular season. Jay Rees, let's go ahead and give me your honest take of the first week to 10 days of the regular season.
Oh, man, a lot of teams is coming out the gates hot, baby. I'm telling you, them boys down at Hotlanda's doing their thing. I'm really liking the play of the boy Paolo Banchero, the young rookie down with the Orlando Magics. Utah surprising a lot of people. Sacramento Kings, still the Sacramento Kings, man. Your Denver Chicken Nuggets, they up and down. Maybe they'll get it together. Michael Porter's back out again. But who I really want to touch down on, man, it's the old crusty-ass Lakers, man.
Man, we got to talk about them.
Looks like a lot of discomfort in the locker room. Russell Westbrook getting benched, taking ill-advised shots. They have no supporting cast around them. Anthony Davis and LeBron James obviously cannot get it done by themselves. Here's another thing, man. I thought Anthony Davis was like 35 because he's just always injured and hurt. I looked at this boy's age, and he's only 29 years old. Now he's like hella surprised, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was done by Chris, man.
Man, a lot of those big dudes, man, historically, they just got bad wheels, and his wheels have always let him down. It's almost like he ain't got a four-wheel drive now. I don't know, because it's the Lakers, it's LeBron, it's AD. I don't know what I can say about them that hasn't already been said. The Russell Westbrook experience did not work. They're the lowest three-point shooting and field goal shooting team in the league. Walker has taken a step back. Kendrick Nunn is terrible. Patrick Beverly has taken a step back. And Russell Westbrook, for as many threes he shoots a game, he's trash too. I really can't say nothing about them that hasn't been said. I just don't think this iteration of the Lakers is going to win. They're not going to get a championship. They need to shake something up. Shit, our own George Karl with the Nuggets, well, my own, because you're a Bulls fan, but my own George Karl with the Nuggets, he said the Nuggets should make a trade for LeBron right now. And I'm just wondering, from a schematic aspect to kind of twist the Lakers situation, would you trade LeBron? And if you were a team like the Nuggets, would you go after him with young pieces like Murray, Porter, etc.?
I just kind of feel like you're giving up too much capital, too much of the core pieces. The Nuggets have been doing it right, building it from the ground up, man. We just need to get Michael Porter on the court, man. That boy not finish out a season. We're only 4 games deep, and he's already injured, man. LeBron James, what is it going to be, the LeBron James and Jokic show? Then it just, and you like hollow everything out. It just be the same thing as the Lakers. I don't think that makes very much sense either, man. I'd leave LeBron right where he is, because I really do feel like he will bring the production of your team down. That's kind of crazy to say about LeBron James.
I think he'd do well out here with some shooters and defenders like KCP and Jeff
He
Green
already did
and
that last year in LA with KCP. It didn't
yeah,
work,
but
bro.
his big man he was counting on was not the 2-time MVP Nikola Jokic. I know a lot of people like to tear down on our big man, but he's the best player in the league and he got the trophies to prove it. And I mean, I know a lot of people like to put Joel Embiid around him, but if this conversation was flipped or reversed and it was team up Embiid and LeBron, everybody be like, "This is amazing. This is the best thing smoking." Put some respect on Joker's name. He is not a joke. And I think the joke is on you if you're going to keep mistaking on what kind of player he could be with a better player. And you're talking about the core of this team. Well, we ain't got no core strength because Porter Jr. ain't been there. Jamal ain't been there. We're hollowing out a team of thought. We're not hollowing out the actual team that's been on the court. So I think there could be some room to improve with the Nuggets, and LeBron could be a good addition. Let's talk about addition. Let's talk about subtraction. Fuck it, let's talk about side bitches. Since the last time we seen you talking about basketball, we had the whole Ume Umduke situation, man. Where do you lie on that? There was also some fallout with the Celtics from being interested in Kevin Durant, Jalen Brown, Marcus Smart's feeling might be hurt. Where do you think the Celtics, the defending Eastern Conference championships, are gonna go this year? And I mean, we just spilling. We didn't prep for this. We just spilling, man. So go ahead and pod with me. Where the Celtics gonna go this year?
Well, if you notice from the beginning of the season, they've actually been doing pretty good. Look like they haven't missed a beat. I don't know the name of their new head coach, but he's actually coached them boys up pretty good. The whole thing with I don't know how you say his name, Mbuke. Anyways, that man was doing some salacious, shady business behind closed doors, man. But and then he cheated on Nia Long.
Mm,
That was the most upsetting thing. I'm like, how you go cheat on Nia Long? But I really do think the Celtics, they got all their pieces there. They're still rolling, man. They're waiting for Robert Williams to get back. Once he gets back, they have a defensive presence in the middle, and they're just gonna keep rolling on doing their thing, man. I want to jump into the Brooklyn Nets though, man. Like Ben Simmons is
mm,
looking worse than pathetic. Now, give this man some credit. He hasn't played basketball in 2 years. Kyrie Irving still has
absolutely.
his back. Like, man, let us uplift this man, send him positive vibes. Let's not tear him down. He hasn't played basketball in 2 years, man. What do you think is going on in Brooklyn? Because they look halfway broke.
Man, Ben Simmons, like, yeah, I mean, his stat line's not great, but his contributions on the court have been great. He's averaging a couple blocks a game. I think I've seen him with two or three. Actually, I got his number right here. If y'all don't mind me looking away, let me get this going. So he's averaging point 0.8 blocks per game, almost 1 block per game, almost 6 rebounds, and almost 8 assists, and only 5.5 points on the season. Yeah, that's really disappointing stat line to look at, but it's a small sample size with getting him integrated. The thing that I worry the most about is that's a large, small sample size because he's playing 29 and a half minutes a night. So, with that being said, like he's getting the opportunity to do better statistically and make more of an impact. I haven't watched every minute of a Nets game, so I can't tell you what he's doing in between the whistles, but it don't look good on paper. So I mean, I definitely agree with you. I don't think it's time to blow up the Nets because the chemistry's there. KD been looking good. Kyrie been looking good. The
Mm-hmm.
win loss record hasn't been looking good. What is your impression on that duo that almost had to split this offseason?
My impression on Kyrie Irving and Kevin
And
Durant.
KD, yeah, how are they looking together? Is there
Uh,
awkwardness? Like,
it's just the same old thing, man. It just seems like hero ball between them two, man. I mean, the other night, both of them put up 37 points. Both put up 37 points, and they still lost.
yeah,
So I'm just saying, like, this is a team effort, man. And it's just some people are just playing for themselves, playing for their contracts, stats, and numbers, man. And that's just not about to get the job done. You play as a team like the Milwaukee Bucks or the Golden State Warriors. You end up
Mm-hmm.
getting the job done, man. It's not all about one person. Even though the Bucks, it does seem like it's all about Giannis, but he knows how to be a team player, man. He knows how to take some of that attention off of him and get his other players involved. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Does
mean,
he evolve with?
as you're saying, like right now, statistics don't really tell the whole story because as we're talking, and we might be able to give you the score of the final when this happens, but 43 seconds left in the game, Mavericks and Nets, you know what I'm saying? We got them down 4 points, and Kyrie's having a game with 33 points, almost 50 fantasy points, and Kevin Durant's having a game as well with 28 points, almost 49 and a half fucking fantasy points. So the production, the stats, everything is there. The chemistry is there. We'll see if they get the W, and we'll bring that back up later. What I want to talk about right now is going from those two more selfish players in a big market to one selfless player in a small market in Ja Morant. What do you think about
Ooh.
what the young bull is doing? What do you think about the whistles he's getting? A lot of his games have been televised, and he's getting a lot of whistles. He's starting to look like Harden a few years ago. Every time he go to, you know what I'm saying? So, what do you think about Morant and his development? He's a superstar in the league. So, what do you think about his calls and his treatment?
Man, he's just looking better and better each year. The thing is, I really don't like all them whistles. We don't need that, man. We need to keep the ball moving, keep the ball flowing. He's another stat hog, compiling up a whole bunch of nice numbers. If he doesn't take his team to the chip this year, it goes
Mhm.
all for naught, man. You got to get other people involved. Now, the boy, Desmond Bain, has been getting involved with him, and they have been looking good together. But outside of that, Dylan Brooks is having a down year, man, and Jaren Jackson is still out. And Steven
Yeah.
Adams, well, he's just Steven Adams. But as far as John Morant goes, I mean, young, upcoming star in this league. But once again, man, we've seen that hero ball gets you nowhere.
It
Can we
doesn't
talk
get
about a
you.
team that looked really good at the beginning of the season that is playing together? That's on fire, man. I want to jump into the New Orleans Pelicans, man. Now, it's kind of sad to say, Brandon Ingram caught a concussion.
Mhm.
And Zion Williams is down again with some more serious injuries, man. This man cannot stay on the court. But when they had it together for a couple games, everything looked like it was gelling, and they looked like they were just a really all-around solid basketball team with Jonas Valanciunas, CJ McCollum doing his thing, and the boy Jose Alvarado, man. And even without Ingram and Zion, they could still win, and that's what you need to have around you, man. It's pieces that can still win, even when the superstars aren't there, man. That's a real team. The New Orleans Pelicans, they going some places this year. Y'all gonna make a lot of money off of them.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I'm just gonna push back on this one area. You said that's everything they need to win. You left out a couple words that's in the regular season. That's everything you need to win in the regular season against teams that aren't taken. You know what you need to win in the playoffs? You need superstars. You need people that are ready for the longevity. You need the injury guys to be on your side. You need somehow for Zion to donate about 30 to 40 pounds to Brandon Ingram's frame because they're both having problems with their weight, and I don't know how that tips the scales. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. But I mean, if Zion was 30 pounds lighter and Brandon Ingram was a little heavier, I bet you his head wouldn't be concussed from going down low, and I bet you Zion's wheels wouldn't be bad from being a little bit heavy. So just making it tough on that team, and they will not win outside the regular season without all of those people. Yeah, they'll be able to win against teams tanking, trying to get your boy Victor Wap Bop Bop Boo or whatever his name is, Wap Bop Boo, the number one pick from France. You know, the 7-footer, like everybody tanking to get him. So unless you tanking to get him, you ain't gonna do nothing with CJ McCollum as a star on your team. So it's gonna be a wrap unless they can get healthy and find a way to stay healthy. Ingram and Zion, who have both struggled with injuries in their very young, talented careers. So that's where that one goes. I think the next one to touch on is some from two hurt players to two more players that have been hurt and haven't played in forever. Did you see John Wall and Kawhi Leonard make their return for the Clippers? they've been off for like a combined like 4 years, 4.5 years, but it's really been like 2 years apiece. You know what I'm saying? Plus load management. Kawhi ain't played a real game since Toronto.
He's out
Man,
again.
how did he come right back out and get right back to it going crazy last night? He just had like I think like 17 in like 14 or 17 minutes. And then John Wall went like 7 or 12 from the field, got like I think 18 points or something. So he went ham in his debut. And what could the Clippers be with this type of leadership at point guard and Kawhi, who's the calm and sturdy hand?
I don't really think they're going to be too much of nothing, man. I will say it time and time again. There's always some kind of load management going on with Kawhi. Now Kawhi is actually out again for this game with a knee. He's actually set out the last 2 games, and I almost want to. I hate to say it, man, but I feel like his career is coming to a screeching halt. John Wall, he looked good the first night, but he really hasn't done much since, man. Paul George just sitting down just for rest purposes. I don't know about this team. I don't think very far, and they're not going very far with Kawhi Leonard, man. He's not taking them to the threshold because he can't stay on the court. That boy don't play Sundays. He don't play on
Man,
Sundays.
so it just looking like the lights is dimming on Hollywood, and that just might be the way it's going, man. But that's LeBron and Kawhi and AD and Paul George and John Wall just looking at they shine dimming. But when it's you against the sports book, the bucket list got your back. I know what time it is. Bucket list, let's go.